Okay, today, online dating tips. This is what we're gonna talk about. There's some of you out there that sound like you're just doing an interview. If you wanna ask questions, you need to do it in like a personable type manner, not just a list of 5 things and just say, yeah, answer these and send it back. I'll be back with you within 2 weeks. Okay, that's not the type questioning that I'm talking about. I'm not gonna tell you who the person is, but this is what they said. What is one thing that you think is limiting you right now? Oh my goodness, who is this character? You guys actually do have some people that ask you questions, but it can't be like interview questions. Like we all know that when you go to an interview, they say, what's one thing that you believe holds you back? And we all answer, perfectionism, because who doesn't want somebody that's a perfectionist working for them? So we answer with a positive, negative. But the interview questions, they need to update those too. What happened to just sitting down and like talking to people and just being honest about how you feel about things and having them be honest with you? What happened to that? Okay, we've gone terribly wrong. Something's gone terribly wrong. What is one thing that you think is limiting you right now? Well, I could have answered my lack of funds, my lack of people to do things with, my lack of time after work or during work or on the weekends. What is limiting me? Being on this dating site for too long because it takes up a lot of hours. Scrolling for entertainment because my brain just needs some time off. Let's see, what else is limiting me? Definitely this guy. He was not a match. Actually, this is what I wrote. That's a fun question. See, I started out with a positive. That's a fun question. Okay, I wasn't being actually honest because that would have been rude. I'm gonna have fun with it is really what I meant. And then I put limiting? Question mark? Well, the only limit I see is when I don't have a proper perspective of how great my God is. And I settle for mediocre. And then I wanted to follow it up with, like you, but I didn't. Okay, here's another tip for dating online. You need to set boundaries when you go to meet the person. If somebody asks you, hey, how would you like to get together? And I'm kind of like, okay, maybe, go ahead in a public place. And then also just say, okay, you know what? I have about 30 minutes. Yeah, I could do that, 30 minutes. Or don't be afraid to schedule like a coffee before work. Or, hey, I can meet you at lunch, like during work. That gives you boundaries. I have to leave now. I have to go to work. I have to leave now. I have to go back to work. When you meet somebody after work, that's a little different. But you could still set boundaries and say, okay, yeah, I would love to meet. Maybe we could go get coffee, tea, boba tea. Just meet over those kind of drinks. Because if you want to get to know somebody, I don't think mixing it with alcohol is going to be very helpful because, for one, people don't always act the same when they've been drinking. And I'm not saying that they have to be drunk, but what I am saying is you need all of your senses about you so that you can make the proper discernment or judgment about whether or not you think that person will be good for you. So, coffee is great. If you meet somebody just for like a quick get together, you don't feel nearly as anxious. You don't have to think of a million things to talk about. And when you meet them and you're like, oh no, at least you know that you won't have to be there for that long. We can all sit with somebody that we know is not it for at least 25 minutes. If you have a lot of people in your queue that you're needing to meet, just set up 3 a day. You can set up 1 for the morning before work, 1 at your scheduled lunchtime for work, and then 1 after work. There's nothing wrong with that. You're not stepping out on all 3. You're meeting them to find out whether they're a fit. So you could actually go through 9 people in 3 days. If you have any more than that in your queue, I'm afraid you need to read profiles a little closer. Because if you think that you have more than 9 people that you could actually date and really think that they could be a match, don't think you're screening nearly as efficient as you could. If you like this video and it is helpful, like, comment, and subscribe. Okay, we'll see ya. Bye.